we were riding, and he was behind me. I turned around, he wasn't there. So I spun around, went back, and seen a bunch of people running down the hill. And so I stopped, and I looked down, and seen his bike and him, and he was around a tree. He had hit the tree about 15, 20 feet in the air, and then fell straight down. And so I ran, tried to, because we had no cell phone service or anything, so I was trying to find some way to get in contact with. But while I was doing that, they flipped him over, and he was drowning in his own blood, where the impact had cracked his ribs and stuff. And finally got in touch with 911 and all that, and I had to watch them drag him up the hill like 50 yards.
It's intense.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time at all.
In 2005, I was 38 years old when I had my accident. I wasn't ready to retire then.
Do you wish you could go back to work now?
I've tried several times.
Yeah.
Nobody will hire me because I haven't worked. And so that's not real easy.
Absolutely. Got to build that resume.
I've got a resume, but the past 16 years it'll be like, later.
When did you get married to Suzanne?
February 15th, 2019.
So that was after the stroke.
Yeah. Yeah, because with the accident, the accident happened July 21st, 2018, which was a Saturday. And I finally got out of Meridian, that place down there in High Point, November 5th, 2018. I remember that.
That's good. Very good memory.
Pretty decent.
Those dates, you got them locked in your head.
Well, I don't really have a choice. It's just something I won't forget.
Right, I hear you. So what kind of stuff do you do throughout the day now?
There's a lot of times, because April 11th coming up, I'll be 54 years old. Damn, if I ain't getting old. But most of the time, or a lot of the times, I sit right here in this chair. Right? I mean, I put the carpet down. I got this speaker. I play my phone, music and stuff. And I just basically just waste away.
What kind of stuff is hard to remember for you?
Well, excuse me. Just talking to you, it may be that I go kind of stop. I do this a lot with my wife, Suzanne, and I go, what were we talking about? And it happens more than I like. Yeah, or, you know, if I want to tell you, you know, that's a tree. I've just used that as an example. But the word tree may not come back to mind, but I get a lot of that type stuff.
I understand.
And I hate it.
I hear you. That must be really frustrating.
It is.
So what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in him post-stroke?
His speech.
That's Peel. South Africa and demise has Peel.
His actual mentality, right, altogether.
Can you expand on that mentality piece?
Even before the stroke, and he had his head injury, which did take effect of quite a few things, but now it's more visible to somebody that doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell that something's happened to him. Before it was kind of hidden a little bit, but now it's
So it went from being like an emotional impact to more physical.
yeah.
Like, what is one thing you took for granted, like about your dad and how he related with you before the accident, that then changed after the accident?
Actually having a father before the accident.
Yeah, so like now, for me, it's really like I raised my dad. My dad's a 16-year-old drunk. Everything's cool, everything's risky, everything that's like a 16-year-old boy just finds like freaking awesome. Like that's who my dad is now.
What would you want other families, other healthcare providers to learn in dealing with this whole scenario?
Be understanding, but also understanding your own self in a way. Like know what you're willing to put up with, and understand that they might not always be thinking the way that they normally would, but at the same time, if it puts you at risk or whatever, you got to make decisions for yourself before that. So I mean, I guess be understanding but aware.
Yeah, that's good.
So
So for me, especially from a healthcare perspective, just understand that although my dad looks normal, he doesn't look as normal now, but he used to look completely normal. He's not. And I think a lot of times healthcare providers take look and function as the same. So just because he can walk and he can talk doesn't mean that he's functioning at full capacity. So there's that. And then I think what he's kind of like saying is that, you know, we've dealt with a lot of stuff with our dad. I mean, coming at us with knives, shooting up our house, whatever it is that day, whatever temper tantrum he's throwing, like we have to sit down and like we have to deal with that every day, and we have to love him the next day. So just to kind of be understanding of where someone is in their life and just be aware of where we're at, what we can do, and especially as a family, like the support is super important.
Yeah.